Financial Intelligence Unit, described by local attorneys as a functionary of the United States government in an ongoing case against Titan International Securities, suffered another major loss in court today. This is in relation to legal proceedings in the wake of allegations involving a billion-dollar money laundering scheme which benefited U.S. stock investors.
Our application was a simple one to unfreeze all the assets that were frozen by the government. Very briefly, the court ruled that all the assets should be unfrozen, meaning the restraint order is completely discharged. It did so on the basis of total lack of evidence to support the allegation made, and the fact that if you wanted to restrain the assets, you would have had to have charged our clients, which they didn't do.
On September 24th, the F.I.U. moved to embargo the assets of the beleaguered company, following a federal indictment of its principals in a New York court a few days earlier.
The freezing order, which was issued on the 24th of September 2014, was issued against all properties of the respondents, including the particular monies on accounts which were identified in the application. So it was a sweeping order against the property of the respondents in Belize.
Those respondents include Bahamian nationals Ron Knowles and Kelvin Leach, stockbrokers employed by Titan International Securities. While the arraignment, in absentia, led to warrants being issued for the arrest and extradition of the accused men, their Coney Drive offices in Belize City were raided by local authorities, as well as the F.I.U.
I think what is one of the very important points is the description by the Chief Justice of the devastating allegations made against all our clients without any substantiation, no evidence to support it, merely responding to a request from the United States.
It is our view that this was prompted by the government of the United States. The cost, of course, will be borne by Belizean taxpayers, not the government of the United States.
Senior counsel Michael Young, who represents Sem Khan, otherwise known as Jim Khan, one of the accused businessmen, as well as Unicorn International Securities, says the F.I.U. fell short of meeting the necessary requirements of the Money Laundering Act prior to freezing the assets.
Fundamentally, what occurred is that, and the court found this to be the case, the F.I.U. moved to freeze property under the Act when the requirements of the Act were not met. What they had before the court did not meet the threshold, the minimum threshold that is required before you take these steps against persons doing business in Belize. So it's a very important case. As to what happens from here, at least the F.I.U. has now received clear statutory judicial guidance, if you want to put it that way, as to how their powers are to be exercised.
Certainly, since the indictment of Andrew Godfrey, Sem Khan, Brian DeWitt, Ron Knowles, Robert Banfield, and Kelvin Leach, Titan was forced to shut down its operations pending the outcome of the matter. Senior counsel Eamon Courtney says that an evaluation will be conducted before any action can be taken against government.
One is, first of all, to take an assessment of the damage that has been done to their business, damage that has been done to their reputation, and somebody has to pay for that. That's the first thing. Secondly, as you know, there is this request, provisional request for the extradition of our clients. That is something that we still have on the table that has to be dealt with. And so I think we would want to get beyond that before the clients are in a position to make definitive decisions of where they want to go. But I can say at this point that there certainly will be a damages claim against the government of Belize.
Reporting for News 5, I am